All right, Ella, we're going to take a look at your freestyle from the above front view. Okay, and you do a lot of good things with your freestyle stroke, at least when you're swimming at this speed. Like to see a little more of this freestyle in practice a little more often. But when you're swimming, you can see on your left side, you're a little bit imbalanced. So your left side, the elbow is a little lower, and you're swinging that arm around a little bit. Okay, and what happens when you do that is the next frame that you'll see as you go to enter, you'll swing the hand out in front and then you slightly overreach. So, and what happens after that is you slightly reach in front of the head, okay, and then the next point you push your hand, it's right at the surface of the water, so it's not really, you want to enter high elbow and press that hand into the water about 6 inches underneath the surface of the water as you're reaching in front of the shoulder. And when we get to the underwater view from the side, I'll show you the angle of your hands in terms of where they need to be and where you're entering. So when you overreach like this, you're way too shallow with your hand out in front. And then as you take your breath, the other part when you're coming towards this camera on this view is you can see that your eyes are pretty high out of the water on your breath. Okay, not excessive, but I can see the start of the CSP on the cap. I can see that you're kind of lifting your head into the breath, and that's just a little high. We want one goggle in the water. We don't want the top of the head to lift up. We want to keep it on its side and just rotate the head sideways. On your right side, sorry, you have a much higher elbow bend, and I really like your stroke from your right side. So your elbow's up here, and you're keeping up nice and high. It's the breathing side, and you got a much better elbow bend in your stroke here, and that's what I'd like to see on your left side as well. And then the hand enters a little more straight in front of the shoulder, and then you can see it's not as deep as it needs to be, but the fingertips are under the surface of the water, so you are reaching forward and getting in a better position to pull water at that point. And head position is pretty good. Otherwise, besides just breathing a little high to the breath stroke. As you get closer to the camera, you can really see those fingertips riding above the water. So it's like you're surfing with your hand above the surface of the water. Those fingertips stay above, and they should be down here. They should be about 6 inches below the water. So you want your fingertips below the wrists, wrist below the elbow, and elbow below the shoulder as you're reaching forward. That gives you the high elbow catch. And what we'll see on the side view underwater is that you're dropping that elbow. And I think that's what's causing a little bit of the pressure on your shoulder is these entry points and how you're trying to pull with your hand above the shoulder. And I think that's causing a lot of the inflammation or the feeling that you have in your shoulders on your freestyle stroke. And if we can just correct that, that will help a lot. Again, a little high with the breath, a little late with the breath on that side. Now you're going to breathe the other side. That's the position you want to be in right there with all your breaths. You can see one goggle's in the water, one goggle's out. I'm just seeing the very top of your cap, the very top of your head. I can't see the underside on the other view of the right side. I was seeing the C as your head was tilted a little bit. And once you breathe that side, you have a much better elbow bend on that side of your body. But we'll look at it from the other views as well. Those are just a couple things that will help. And again, that side view underwater will tell us a lot more.